Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How's it going? Here, back again with some more news content here on the channel here. That's right, all the funniest and all the craziest stuff that I've read about on the internet, I'm going to talk about here in this video. So today, get this, imagine having a salary of $665,000 and you still whine about being a broke. That's right, and this is the thing about some rich people that I never understood is how on earth can you claim to be rich and yet then you're still whining about being broke? It's like, what the hell are you spending your money on that causes you to be broke? And this is why I always tell people, if you don't have to spend any extra money, just save your money, okay? Because there is a good reason why they say, or I don't know if there's an official quote to that, but you know what they say, prepare for a rainy day, or however you call it, So this is why I always say, if you don't need to spend any extra money, just save your money, okay? And it's like, I also don't understand how you could be crying about being broke if you're making more than $500,000, okay? Because it's like, for the average Eastern European, for example, and where my family's from, Eastern Europe, Poland, that's a lot of money, okay? Especially, for the average salaries in Eastern Europe, that's a lot of money. And here we have a surgeon crying about being broke on a $665,000 salary and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna read to you this article. Jeff, 50, is a specialized surgeon. His wife Susan is a stay-at-home mom. Even though Jeff earns an enviable $665,000 a year, the couple married 19 years are still struggling to pay the bills. Finance expert Ramit Sethi points out that people can have anxiety over money and bad spending habits, whether they make 50K or 500K a year. If you feel bad about money at 50K, you're probably going to feel that way when you make 10 times your income. He said during the episode of his podcast, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. That's right. Jeff's salary is high. At his take-home pay after taxes is $426,000 a year. Again, for the average Eastern European and anybody who's making not the same type of salary like how other people in the West are, that's a lot of money. But he only started earning that much around the age of 40. As his income grew, his family discretionary spending ballooned. That's right. And this is why I always taught myself to make sure you save your money. And like I said, if you don't need to spend any extra money, don't spend any extra money, because I knew this growing up, okay? Because it's like, when it comes to stuff like this, I like to use this thing called common sense here. So again, so moving on, Sethi points out to some of the psychological issues at play. For example, Susan grew up without a lot of money, and while she often deprives herself of small expenditures like pedicures, she also has a hard time saying no to her kids when it comes to big ticket items. But according to Sethi, one of the biggest problems has to do with their financial advisor. He regularly recommends that people avoid working with an advisor who charges a percentage of assets or assets under management. In other words, the more assets you have with a financial advisor, the more money they bill you. Other advisors charge flat or hourly fees. Aside from a whole life-changing policy and annuity, Jeff has 2 brokerage accounts managed by an advisor, charging a fee of 1.24%. That's right. So yeah, this is just the rest of it is just related to finance stuff and all that stuff. But I'm gonna just say this right now, okay? If you're making a lot of money and you're spending more than what you're making, then maybe, the issue here lies is that you need to I feel like you should do a reevaluation of your spending habits, okay? Because it's like, what they say, there's this great, or I don't know if there's a saying to that, but it's like, what I like to live by is, don't spend more than what you make, okay? And that's why I feel like a lot of people go broke, is because they spend more than what they do, especially, with people trying to look rich, okay? So yeah, that's why I think a lot of people go broke. But that's my take on it. Let me know what you thought about it. See ya. I'm gonna leave a link below to the article.